All right, so I'm gonna do this video. We're gonna take my logo that everybody told me was absolutely impossible to turn into Makerchip. Uh, it took me uh, over a year trying to work on this, figure it out to get it going. Um, so we are going to come over here to our browser. We're gonna go to vectorize AI. Now, unfortunately, this is a subscription, but that's what it is. So, my logo I originally made with some AI thing. I can't remember what it was. Then I used AI again to replace the nonsensical stuff on the top with this here Dad's Garage. Now, what Vectorize AI does is allows you to take all these different colors and merge them down into one, right? So I've got 4 colors on the box turtle. So I'm gonna click here on the palette, and there's 34 colors that it's broken down into currently. Each one of these big circles here is a combination of many colors. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to need to make this 4. So we got green. All right, so we're going to take and drop this green all into there. It makes it all one. This color, same thing with this. Take and drop these in there. Start merging the purples together. We need to get this down to just 4 of these big circles. Now you can grab the little ones inside just to make sure you're merging the colors you want to merge. We're going to take and put that with white. Yeah, it does highlight on here when you click it where that color is in the image. So we're going to go with white, green, black, and purple. So there we go. Put all that in with purple. Put all that in with purple. That's going in black. Get the black. Get the black. All that'll be black. That's going to be purple. So as you can see here, we're getting this down to less and less different colors. And just keep going with this until we've got it down to 4. All right, so now we're down to 4 colors, but it's not exactly what I want. So highlight this. Move that over there. Some of this is still going to be a little wonky to try to print, but we'll see what it turns out to be. Check mark. And here's what we end up with. Now, if you just click download, this isn't going to work right. When you go to import it into Slicer, download it as an SVG, go here into the Slicer, oh, let's move this over to the other screen. There we go. New project. If I wanted to do it on the switch wire, I'd have 6 colors that I could mess with. But as you can see, this is a bit of a mess. Split it into parts, and it doesn't really work. So, what we need to do is we need to change how that's done. Delete that out of the system. Minimize this. Go back over here. We're going to go back into our colors, and we are going to what do we do? White. All right, so I don't know what you're doing. We're going to turn this. We're going to do just the black. I don't know why that got all wonky. So we'll go do this one more time, real quick. All right, now what we're going to do, we're going to work with just this first. Make that black. Turn that one off. Turn purple off. And we're going to turn the white off. So now we've got just our black. Download that. And we're going to download it as a PNG. Back in here. Now we're going to turn the black off. Turn the green back on, but we're going to make this black. Because what I want to do is get 4 different SVG files at the end, 1 for each color. Download each of them as a PNG. Turn that one back off. We're going to go with the purple. Make that visible. And make it black. The reason why we're doing it as PNGs, I found that if you do SVG files for each of the colors, they're not all the same size. But doing PNG files, they end up the same size. Don't know why. That's just the way it is. We're going to make that invisible again. We're going to grab the white, make that visible, and again, turn it black. All the checker stuff in the background is stuff that's invisible. It doesn't exist. All right, now we've got that. Now we need to convert it to a SVG. What did I use for that? Oh. Did I use this? No. One moment, please. All right, so it's onlineconvert.com. Why we don't have that as a bookmark, I don't know. All right. And then convert image. We're going to do a PNG to SVG. Choose file. files. Oh, it won't do number 4, so let's just do this. PNG to SVG. We'll just do them one at a time. Start. Download. Start over. File. Do number 2. Download. Now for what I'd recommend doing for the image AI thing, it's gonna cost you $10 for a month. Just get it 1 month and then cancel. That way you can do your logo and be done with it. It's unfortunate, but some things do cost money. All right, we've got 1 through 3. Last one. All right. It's all 4 of those. Go back over here to Orca Slicer. Now we're going to add them one at a time. All right, this one is good. So let's do the colors. So color number 1 is black. Color number 2, let's do green. Then purple. And then our white. Okay, so here's our black. Open this. And this is going to be our green. Turn that green. It's not exactly lined up. So go ahead and line this up. All right. Now let's add the next one, number 3. This is going to be purple. Let's go ahead and slot that into where it's supposed to be. Let's add number 4. This is supposed to be white. Let's go ahead and move this into position. All right, now we have our logo. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab each one of these and we're going to assemble them. And it's going to get stupid. Yay. All right, so part one. Well, that's black. Part two. That's black. That's black as well. Go through. That looks like it's supposed to be black, black, black. Okay, that's supposed to be green. That's supposed to be green. Green. Looks like they're fairly well in order. That doesn't supposed to be purple. That's supposed to be purple. You mess with it here a little bit too. All right, so there's our logo. Now what we want to do is we're going to shrink this down. So now since it's all combined as one, when we scale it down, it'll all scale together. Now, file, save project as, and we'll go to Makerchip test. We'll do Makerchip video. Save. Now, we can go home, new project, and go in to Makerchip and K2 Kevin on Bamboo Maker download site has this available. Now, this is a whole bunch of different Makerchip outlines. I know I want this one right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete all the other ones. Now, this is what the chip looks like when it's going to be sliced. Go back over here to prepare. Go back and import this. And go back over to the printer that we're going to use. Maybe. You can transfer these settings over if you want. Make some of your life easier. We're not going to use the settings for that. Anyway, so here, we're going to move this over here to the side. And we're going to take and we're going to center this in the middle of the bed. Center. Now we're going to take and we're going to flip this. So we're going to mirror, because we want it to read from the bottom. We're going to take it, center this. Now we're going to take and scale it down. Uniform scaling for now. This from the bottom. Not exactly what I want, so we're going to go back in here. Scale this down a little bit more. What's that look like? It's like about where we want. Gonna grab this again. Scaling. Turn off uniform scaling. I want this to be 4 layers thick. So we're gonna set this at 0.8. That didn't work because I didn't push enter. 0.8. Enter. Now it's gonna be 8 layers. 4 layers thick. Still kind of wonky if you see. In order to get that not to be wonky, we need to go back over here, prepare, grab our assembly, and grab our borders and assemble it. Now when we slice it, not so wonky. We've got some issues though. So we need to go back inside of here. Part 1, we need to, this needs to be black. That needs to be black. That needs to be black. Things sometimes get a little weird. Now, if you notice, some of the stuff is like voids. What we want to do here is we're going to go up to the Makerchip inside circle. We'll make that white. So now anything that's kind of got a void in the extrusion is going to be white. But we also want to change colors on So let's say we're going to make that purple. And see what that looks like. All right. There's that. Now, whatever you're wanting to put on the back, we're going to need to work on that. So I have taken my YouTube channel and hold on 1 second. SVG files. No. Where is the QR code? All right, we're back. I haven't completely fixed that, but we've got our QR code, which is what matters. So here's our QR code. Center that. Now we're going to take this and flip it to this side. Then we are going to go here. Center that over the QR code. Looks about right. So now we're going to go back in here, select our assembly for the Makerchip, and select our QR code and assemble it. Now our QR code and our logo is all there. Back. Put this face down. Let's plate. Now our QR code's on the top. Logo's on the bottom. And then we can just go in here, clone this a couple times. So let's say we're going to make a dozen in a batch. Takes a little bit of time to multiply all these. Dun, 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 dun. And here we have it. Now, select your materials. Go in here. I've got to make a chip profile already. We're gonna move our purge tower, slice it. There we go, 1 dozen chips ready to send off to the slicer and print away. Anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful for converting some of you guys' logos. Like I said, I've got in Razor, I have a carrot feeder that's got 6 lanes. All right, so I can do 6 colors. If you've got something else that can do more than 4 colors, you can obviously merge your colors down into more than 4, but I did 4 because for box turtle and bamboo with an AMS, you're probably looking at 4. So, wanted to show that. Anyway, take care, guys. See you next time. Later.